Now, we all know the small decorative parking lot from the Hubs and Transports free update. Now, of course, we can place it like this, and Sims will visit it. It technically acts as a park, but it's fine. They will park here, they will use it. It looks cool, but I think we can do much better. Now, what I love to do, take that out again. Yes, we want to. Grab a road, and yeah, just draw that right here. Grab the park, place it like this, so it is basically rotated 90 degrees. Take out this road, the park will still be connected to the road, which is amazing. And then you have this right here. Now we can go back in here. First thing I love to do, probably one of my favorite props in the entire game from Plazas and Promenades DLC, is the pedestrian bollards. I do love this prop, and I love to use it, you know, for certain areas, specifically in parking lots where I feel like it would be necessary to have sort of a safety barrier so the cars don't just drive through and harming the pedestrians. Well, we can also search for, what I like to do are these hedges here, and I think these are, there we go, from Park Life, from the city park. And what I just like to do then is come in here, and I do recommend going from left to right when placing these. Well, maybe you could place them in a straight line, because if we're going from right to left, you'll have the construction cost thingy in the way, and it's kind of difficult to see where you want to place them. So always go from left to right. That's much better. And then I just place two more here. Could have done a better job straightening these out.
Moments later.
All right, straighten out, and it looks much, much better. So these hedges are cool for a bunch of reasons. First of all, they kind of encase the parking lot, which I think is cool. And they have these guardrails here, which also can act as barriers for the cars not to drive through. And then again, we can still come in here. You know, you can go to the trees, you can grab some of these hedges, and you can sort of prevent your citizens from walking or cutting across here through, you know, taking a shortcut to the walking path, so they would technically have to go around. If we're going for real world, you know, people would probably not walk through these hedges here, so we can do stuff like that. Grab some of the amazing trees, maybe add some color in there as well. And voila, look at that. We turned a boring parking lot into an amazing set piece here. I really like this. It's looking really good. So in city skylines, you sometimes end up with these big open areas when you're building a city. You're not quite sure, will this be developed? Will there be another neighborhood, a road layout? What will I do with these open areas? Now, what I love to do sometimes is go above and beyond with just decorating. No massive road layouts, no buildings, no houses, nothing, just decorating. And I do take inspiration from real life. I try to, at least. So a lot of times on the side of roads, you will have these fields going along, and that is what I sometimes love to do. Now, if we're going here, for example, well, I guess I have to mention I have all DLCs, all content creator packs, so I do have a lot to choose from in terms of props and stuff. Countryside, for instance, is an amazing content creator pack. I think it was a content creator pack, not a DLC, where we get these floor tiles here, fields, I put those right here. You get these overgrown fields, you get asphalt cracked tiles, looking really cool, and you can do amazing things with these props. You also get these silos, these barns, windmills, and just have a look at how this area looks. So windmill right here, we have some hay stacks right here. I think this adds a lot of variety, a lot of detail to your city, some custom little fields here, and this is kind of a cool prop as well from the countryside. It's actually the asphalt path, but of course you can use that for all different kinds of things. Let's just build another small little field here. So we just placed down a bunch of these asphalt, what is it called? Asphalt paths. And now if you come in here to your trees, grab your small little tree, for instance, and then you can still place some of these inside of these asphalt paths. And you could make it seem like there's a little farm going on here, or like a little field, a custom field, and I think that looks really amazing. It makes all the difference, in my opinion, in these big open areas. Look at that. It looks really cool. It looks amazing, I think, and there's not a lot. I just used a bunch of different props. Got a fence here, again, the windmill, these field tiles, another windmill here. I think I even have the asphalt cracked, yeah, the little floor tile here. water tower, you know, fenced in. And the bonus, since I used walking paths, look at this. The citizens will use these paths to just walk through your city. This is very amazing. All right, next up, what we talked about already in previous videos is that if you raise the pedestrian path looks great. Pedestrian pathways, various pedestrian pathways look great. However, if you raise them up by one click, they look even better. Like, this is really amazing. Now, the thing is, it's an elevated path, of course, right? Because you have to elevate it in order to get these guardrails. So what I like to do sometimes, and that's some pro level stuff right here, you lower the terrain ever so gently. There we go. And each one of these lines, I think, is 1 meter. So 1, 2, 3, 4 meters. Now we'll go to the level terrain. We'll right click to set the height and left click drag. So we're going to drag it out a little bit. Grab our pedestrian path. It is one height, one click. Let's take off all snapping just so we don't have to deal with the road guidelines. Place your path so it is sunken in, and now what we can do, go back to the level terrain, right click to set the height, raise the height again underneath the path, and we can see it's a bit too high, not a problem. Right click on a different height, play around with that, get rid of some of this grass here. We could even go down one more click, and then we basically have this elevated path, but it is on ground level. Now, this does take some planning, but I think it's totally worth it, considering, at times, of course, considering how cool some of these paths look, elevated, as opposed to how they look on ground level. Let's just take the dirt path, for instance, that is elevated, and this is ground level. Yeah, so much, much better. Obviously, there's a fence now, so yeah, if you plan this out well, you can make your cities look really amazing. Next thing, a little trick to actually add some more variety and some more spice to your city. Now, what we would usually do when placing a building, we would draw our roads like this. Let's just grab the bus depot. Sure, why not? Let's place it. It's just for this purpose here. Not necessarily, you can place a hospital, a fire station, whatever you want. Then take out the side roads, and now the building is still connected because this road just, it runs like perpendicular, I think is the word, to the building. So it works. I mean, no power, obviously, but that's actually fine. Okay, there we go. Hush now with the power. So what I like to do at times as well is grab one of the medium roads, upgrade. That looks much better already. And then, of course, we can work again with, props and parks and stuff. I like to go with parking lots on the side. And if we feel especially cheeky here, we can go for the airport aprons and place some of those. Okay, it's a bit finicky because it wants to snap to the road, of course. So just play around with that. Camera angle, there we go. This seems to work pretty good. And this seems to work as well. And look at that, really nice stuff. You can get that concrete kind of vibe, that industrial vibe. And I think with this road going just straight on into the building, basically, I think that looks really cool. And is just, oh look, there's a first customer here, I guess, or maybe just a car driving here, turning around. But I think it just adds this variety to your city instead of just placing the buildings on the roads the regular way. Okay, next up, don't be afraid to work with hills. Like a lot of these City Skylines maps, like you can see in the background, look at how hilly this is. We're on Arid Plains for Mass Transit DLC, by the way, and you would eventually have these kind of things. It's like here where I pushed some terrain back to get more building space. And yeah, I mean, of course, we can do this, not a big problem. Grab a road and just, draw our road because, we want to build here. Boom, there we go. Now, from a realism standpoint, this is very, very dangerous. However, since the new race day update or the race day DLC, we have a update where we can just select the fence, click on the road, and you have a barrier, which I think is so amazing, really cool. You can get a different barrier as well. You can get one like this where the citizens can peek through maybe when they're walking here. Yeah, really cool stuff. Or which one I love the most is probably this suburban fence here, looking really amazing. So this of course adds a bit more realism, but again, don't be afraid to work with these hills in your city on your map. Here's an example where I had to work with some difficult terrain, and look at that, I think it's quite natural. It does feel quite natural. We have 2 elevation steps, 1, 2, and then I guess 3. So And here I did the same trick with the fences. I just added it alongside the road here. Of course, when you have houses here, oh my God, there's a cougar in the, he's eating. Hopefully he's not eating anyone that lived here. And you can add fences behind roads and just stuff like that. Just the point is, don't be afraid to work with this terrain. You don't have to flatten out, level out everything. Look at the end of the road. Obviously, my favorite prop, the bollards. We have to use the bollards every time. And just create these unique little spaces for your citizens right here. So far, nobody's using this, but you could negate that with walking tours, of course. And don't forget, when you have these steep hills, always good choice is the cable car. I love to use that in these areas a lot. So yeah, really cool stuff, amazing. Also, you could decorate these edges, of course, with trees and foliage to make it look a bit nicer, but I don't think it's all that necessary every time, right? So I think it's kind of cool. So yeah, don't be afraid to work with hills. Another little trick I love to do is when we have these tram roads, we place stops, and that's not a bad thing. Sometimes I do feel like, though, it is really cool and sometimes necessary also to grab your tram-only tracks and scooch them up against the road next to the road. So basically, don't have the tram drive on the road, but have it drive next to the road. And look at how close you can get to the road. And that's when I like to place my stops here instead of on these type of roads. It doesn't really matter. Your citizens will have to cross the road anyway, even if the stops are here. That's not a big problem. Just sometimes for better visuals. Now we could technically turn Walker Street into a regular road. I mean, I guess we could do that. Let's upgrade. And the line will sort itself out. We could technically make this a bit nicer, but if we go back to the lines, this should sort itself out pretty quickly. You see, it will drive here. The only thing is sometimes you have this bit of glitching here where it doesn't look too good. So we could pause the game. Oh, you see the tram driving here already. That's kind of cool. So tram only tracks, and instead of going super close, we'll just go out one more click and do this kind of thing. Oop, it just yeah, okay. If you like these kind of things, of course, the tram tracks do look a bit weird, but I feel like it's very realistic how they would turn into here. We could make this curve a bit nicer, a bit smoother, but yeah, that's how you can get your tram tracks off the road. And bonus, now we can of course place some trees, because trees do make everything look better in city skylines, and we can place some trees along here. Of course, with some foliage if you want to do that. Just be careful to maybe not have those spread to the tracks. If you're going for that realism, it would probably be trimmed so nothing would happen. Now, sadly, in City Skylines, we do not have round floor tiles to get unique designs going, but we can sort of do that ourselves, even with the square floor tiles. So what we want to do is grab a fence, any kind of fence, turn off all snapping would be my suggestion, and then just, you know, come in here, curve a bit, however you would want that. There we go. We're just going to, oh, we can loop it around a bit. So there we go. We have no round floor tiles, right? Which is kind of sad. And I do love to use the zoo tile for that. It's this zoo ground tile from Park Life DLC, of course. And just then come in here. And it's a bit time consuming because you have to, of course, see what you want, how you want to place that and place, then flip or then you want to place the tile, then turn it again, place it again. You know, it can be time consuming, but it is so worth it in my opinion. The end result is really cool. Don't worry about these little edges sticking out. We will fix that in just a moment. What we want now is sort of going all around here, around these curves here. There we go. And we got a bit of a teardrop going here, and we have this round kind of area. So now to fix the edges sticking out, what I like to do is go in here, grab this little bush here. Where is it? There we go. The wild hedge. And then just come in here, place that all around. And with these bushes, we're hiding these corners that were sticking out, and we did add these round floor tiles. And we can use that to, of course, create some really unique little areas. Sometimes you can see when you flip the camera, the polygons, they start battling for one another here. It can be a bit glitchy, but it's the best we can do, or what we have to work with. And easy peasy, that's how you can do that. Get these round floor tiles. I think it looks really cool. Experiment with that. Use a different fence, use a different ground tile, but I think it is really worth it to spice up your areas just like this. One more thing I struggled a lot back in the day was how to actually place my train stations. How can I get the exact same angle that the tracks are already on the map, or the tracks that I've drawn on the map? Pretty easy actually. So when we have this sort of idea and you want to place a train station here, now you don't really know how, because the tracks don't snap to each other. You can't turn it, it doesn't work. You have to place it on a road. So how do we figure this out? You can now come in here, you can turn on all the guidelines, and you can think to yourself, okay, so maybe like this, maybe that's it. Grab the train station. No, that's not gonna work. They have to delete the road, yada, 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 all of these steps. What we can do though is we can actually snap a road to the node of the train tracks, and we can draw that out. So it won't connect obviously, but now we have the road here to as the train tracks here. Grab the train station, place it on this road. Now grab your a road again and basically connect the train station. Take that out again, finish drawing the road, and now grab your train station, place it, and then you will have the exact distance that you need to place your train station with not having to do such of these like weird bends, weird turns, just to get the train tracks to line up properly. I think that's an easy peasy method to simply do that. Yeah, that's what I like to do. That it makes the job so much more easy to place down train stations. Obviously it works with above ground metro, with any kind of rails. Just grab your road and place it as sort of a guide to then place your station. Easy peasy. And as per usual, before we end things off, I want to give a quick but huge shout outs to all my YouTube members, shout outs to all you lovely people in the Flyest tier, and then we have the Flyest Pro tier with Serhi the Guy, John Penner 1013, Call Chris Ross, Matty Valdez, Zexanal, Jason Wild, and Politao. Thank you so much for going above and beyond with this support. Everybody that becomes a YouTube member is very much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you want to see more chill and cool city building, highly recommend our series that we're doing here currently, King's Peak. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and please stay safe out there. Bye-bye now.